Welcome back, my lovely listeners, to The Silent Witness at Daily Stress Busters. In Chapter 4, A Canvas of Lies, Emily Harper revealed hidden truths about her connection to the victim, a revelation that threatened the fragile bond she shared with Detective Ryan Cole. And just when we thought the shadows around her couldn't grow darker, a mysterious figure emerged, knowing more about Emily than she dared to admit. Tonight, in Chapter 5, when the truth bleeds, the walls of trust begin to crumble at Daily Stress Busters. Ryan uncovers inconsistencies in Emily's story, raising the question, can he trust the woman he's so determined to protect? Meanwhile, Emily returns to her sanctuary, only to realize her safe haven has been violated. Hold your breath as the lines between protector, suspect, and prey blur even further. Ryan Cole sat at his desk, poring over case files and notes, his mind racing with conflicting emotions. On one hand, Emily's sketches and insights were invaluable to the investigation. On the other, her story was riddled with discrepancies, small details that didn't align with the facts. He should have confronted her, pressed her for answers, but something held him back. It wasn't just his growing feelings for her, though they complicated everything. It was something about the fear in her eyes, the vulnerability in her voice, that made him hesitate. He chose, for now, to keep these doubts to himself, hoping the answers would reveal themselves in time. But as he stared at the case board, the weight of his decision pressed down on him. Emily couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. She had seen the look in Ryan's eyes, the subtle shift in his demeanor. He didn't trust her, and why should he? She had been hiding pieces of the truth from him, fragments of her past she wasn't ready to share. She retreated to her apartment, her sanctuary, and closed the door behind her. The familiar smell of paint and charcoal should have comforted her, but tonight, it felt stifling. She paced the room, her eyes darting to the sketches scattered across her desk, her mind racing with what she could, what she should, do next. As Emily moved to set her bag down, she noticed something out of place, a drawer slightly ajar, a sketchbook lying open on the floor. Her heart stopped. She was meticulous about her space, every detail precisely as she left it. Someone had been here. Her pulse quickened as she scanned the room. It wasn't just the drawer. The faint smell of cologne lingered, one that wasn't hers or Ryan's. A creeping sense of vulnerability took over, and she backed into the corner of the room, her eyes darting between her belongings and the door. Fear and anger swirled within her. Whoever had been here wasn't just invading her space, they were sending a message. While Emily grappled with her violation, Ryan pieced together another clue at the precinct. A fragment of evidence pointed to a link between the victim and Emily's past, one he couldn't ignore. His instincts told him to reach out to Emily, to warn her, but he hesitated. If she was hiding something, could his interference put her in greater danger? Or worse, could she be involved in ways he didn't yet understand? Torn between his duty as a detective and his desire to protect Emily, Ryan made a decision. He would confront her, but not before he had all the facts. Trust, once broken, is a fragile thing to mend. For Emily and Ryan, the cracks are beginning to show, and the shadows around them are closing in. As secrets and suspicions intertwine, the question looms, who can be trusted when the truth begins to bleed? And now, it's time for our tonight's poetic verse. When trust is forged, it burns so bright, but shadows lurk beyond the light. A whispered truth, a silent scream, and safety shatters like a dream. The mystery deepens as Emily confronts the intrusion in her apartment, and Ryan faces the choice of revealing what he's discovered. Will their fragile bond survive the weight of truth, or will betrayal sever their connection? Find out in Chapter 6. The Silent Betrayal at Daily Stress Busters. And now, dear listeners, a question for you. If you were in Emily's shoes, would you confront Ryan about your fears or keep them to yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay vigilant and trust the shadows only as far as you can see them.